This is the question asked in today's skillrack daily challenge. So we are given two integers. So the first integer represents the length of the first stick and the second integer represents the length of the second stick. So our task is just to add both the length. So 10 plus 20 is 30. So in our output we are printing length 30. So this is our task. But we have to perform this inside a class named stick. So let us see how we will be doing it. So this part of code is already given to us. So first let us see what we are doing here. So first we are creating an object for the class named stick, and in the arguments we are passing the first integer which we accept as input. So soon after accepting the first integer as input, we are passing it into the arguments and we are creating an object named stick1. Similarly, we are creating stick2, which is nothing but the second integer which we have accepted as input. So now we have two objects, stick1 and stick2, and in the next line what we are doing is we are adding both the objects. So we are adding stick1 and stick2 and we are storing it in stick3, and then finally we are printing the stick3. So now our task is to define a class named test, which helps us to print the output in the required format. So here I am creating the class. So this is the syntax for creating a class. So first we have to give class and then the class name. And in the constructor named init, first I am giving self in the argument. So this is the syntax. And then we were passing an integer variable to the constructor. So to receive it, I am creating another variable named value. So now the integer which we pass in the arguments while creating an object will be received here. So we have to initialize it. So I am creating another class variable named value. So I am setting self.value is equal to value. So this self.value is the class variable name, and this value is nothing but which we receive in the arguments. So for every object we are creating a parameter named value and we are assigning this particular integer which we are receiving in the arguments. So now both the objects stick1 and stick2 will be having a parameter named value in which the actual integer is present. But what we are doing is we are directly adding both the objects. So we are adding stick1 and stick2, which is not possible because we cannot add two objects directly. So what we are going to do is we are going to override the add method so that we will be able to redefine the method add and print our output in required way. So again in the class named stick I am defining add. So underscore add, and then within the arguments I am accepting two values, value 1 and value 2. So now these two are objects. So value 1 is one object and value 2 is another object. So we have to access the value which is present over it, and we have named it also as value. So using dot operator we can access it. So value 1 dot value plus value 2 dot value will be nothing but the sum of integers. So we have to return that. So this is how we can define the class named stick so that we can get our correct output. Thank you for watching.